a message for my people.
Nick Dad, baby. We the new label.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
Now this the black sheep sticking its home. I need a crib like I'm Gatsby.
I need it.
In hand, just understand my
Pockets that deep.
with nothing to prove. I ain't got nothing to do. When they can't compete and I got nothing to lose. You see, they told me I'm the one.
Yes, the boys are back in the building.
Yep, or in the building.
Veterans Minimum, the #1 sports betting vibe on the internet. Your host, your boy over here at Nick Dais 10.
Healthy.
Back. I got my little chamomile tea. Shout out to Christmas season. Feeling good, man.
I'm glad you're back because it was a rough game for me last week having to do it with you ill. I felt like people, a little insider baseball for the show and everything. Like Nick still plays a very crucial part in making sure that the episode gets uploaded every single morning for all you degenerates to get it on the way to work Monday or on Tuesday mornings and on Thursday mornings. That's all Nick. I don't deal with any of that shit. And the fact that Nick was damn near dying and still made sure that the episode was not only up, but it was edited and it was all cleaned up for you guys. So, you know, W's in the chat for Nick. Even on a sick day, the man pulled through. We do need to teach me some of the editing things just in case that ever happens. But hey, you know, hopefully we never get there again.
Which, by the way, so dumb that
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I would definitely be able to do it. I just don't have.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you do it for other shows.
So
Like, it's not. I don't know. I've always like even when Veterans Minimum first started, bro. Truthfully, the first year, my buddy Joe was uploading it because we knew nothing about it.
Right.
But after year one, I was like, yeah, I want to learn more of this shit. You know, and I took initiative to learn how to at least upload. And then the second year, I learned how to do another thing. And then the third year, I remember telling him, bro, can you show me how to edit? He's like, bro, I've been waiting for you to fucking ask. He's like, of everyone in the group, you're the one that I feel like could and
Right.
the want to, and also how
Yeah.
involved I was in. And like, yo, imagine if I didn't. Imagine if I didn't take that initiative to step up, you know? Shit would be way different now. So shouts to him. Shouts to you. Shouts to everybody listening. It's Thanksgiving week. We got a special episode for you guys.
yeah.
We're going to do our traditional Monday recap, fallout, the whole nine. But, George, Thanksgiving, 3 games. Also, there's a Black Friday game.
Yep.
We're doing a pick segment for Thanksgiving week, baby.
What?
Yeah, so we're doing Thanksgiving and Black
Love this.
Friday is going to be our Ursalitas, Becky's, and all that. And then we're also, when we come back on the show, there's still going to be another show this week. George and I are going to be out of studio for the second half of it. The first half of it, we got 2 special guests in the studio. But we're going to do the pick segment also for week 13. So we got a lot of money on the line over these next couple of days, bro.
This is our Black Friday sale to the people.
Yeah.
By the way, Patreon, $1 a month.
$1.
We can't go Black Friday on $1. However, it's a Black Friday sale with the amount of picks that we're giving out. The volume is there. You're welcome.
Yeah, speaking of You're Welcome, shouts to the You're Welcome Network also.
That.
But I'm putting my foot down. We're not giving them any more discounts
No.
on the page. Come on, bro. Let's not get fucking
Dude,
crazy.
they got rid of the penny this year. They got rid of the penny. The next thing you know, the dollar will be gone.
Yeah, well, not for Patreon. We're keeping
for
that
Patreon.
sumbitch $1.
it in.
Patreon.com/Veterans Minimum, $1 American dollar. Last week, the picks, I went 1-3-1. It's very important, depending on when you bet the Colts game. We gave it out at +3. It closed at +3.5. But when we gave it out, we got to be honest, when we gave it out, it was +3, George. So we pushed on that. Shout out to Dak Prescott, because anytime touchdown would have been a mess if it wasn't for that +800 that he hit on. And I feel like we should start with that game.
With the Cowboys,
Yeah.
let's dive into it. The biggest comeback in Cowboys history.
Yeah. Monumental game. This is the ESPN First Take Good Morning Football staple. Worst collapse or better comeback? How would you answer this?
First off, it tied their biggest comeback. So they also had another 21-point deficit in which the Cowboys came back. This is a bigger comeback. bigger comeback. I think the Eagles are facing a Cowboys defense that the Quinnen Williams trade makes sense now. The Cowboys do stop the run. They slow down the run. And an Eagles offense that started off hot. They were getting A.J. Brown going early. Devontae Smith with a couple of incredible plays. You were still wondering, is this still the full form of the Eagles? Obviously, they're having lots of offensive line issues, but at the end of the day, I think the Cowboys have figured out one of the glaring issues that they had. They put forth their best foot to stop it, and it's working for them. And it needs to work for them for the rest of the year if they want to, make a run and be that darling team in the NFC that everyone needs to be afraid of. Because that offense, when it's going, Nick, scary. George Pickens went nuts. What were your thoughts on biggest comeback or better comeback or bigger downfall?
I'm going to say downfall. Like, you're built to run the ball if you're Philly, and you jump out to a 21-point lead. Their last 6 possessions, punt, fumble, punt, missed field goal. Not in that order, I apologize, but that's their second half possessions. Rough, bro. Rough. Now, one thing we do need to mention, the Nealon passing away. Very tragic. Very sad. You guys know, if you've been listening to Veterans Minimum all these years, it's actually, the time that we're filming, it's Monday night, but Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, is the 6-year anniversary of me training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. When I first started Jiu-Jitsu, I'll never forget it. It was in 2019. It was that Wednesday. I came in to train. My buddy Sergio Da Silva. And when I went in to train, I got fucking mauled by a 14-year-old boy. 120 pounds. I was 100 pounds heavier than him. When we finished training, pause, by the way, but when we finished training, my coach goes, yo, bro, one of two things is going to happen, all right? You either are going to come back Monday, or you're going to live the rest of your life knowing that a 14-year-old did that to you. He says something else after, but, due to our political climate, I'm going to refrain. But that's how it happened, right? And I say all that because Sergio, about a year later, ended up taking his own life. And the impact that had on me to this day is like, bro, I don't joke around about that. I don't fuck around about that. It's a very, very sensitive topic. It's one of those things that when it happens to someone close to you, bro, it changes your outlook. And then, anyone that's ever played a sport, the camaraderie that you have with guys, like, bro, I used to always wonder, like, man, how are dudes best friends and they just played for a year? And then I think of myself, like, how close I've gotten with some of the guys here in Vegas. And I've been here, gotten close with you, gotten close with the guys I train with. And it's like, man, I've only been here 3 years also. But it's like, how much time are you spending with them?
Yeah.
How much do you see them? Like, that's way different, right? So I say all that to bring it to the Cowboys. It seems like something special is happening, rallying around that. Excuse me. Dak even said, Dak he's been very outspoken about suicide. He's had passings in his family with suicide. And they said, like, yo, it's for Nealon. And I think that's something important, man. That's something, bro, that you can't handicap. And I don't mean to be funny by saying that. Like, that's something that, like, some people, devastating like that, the team spirals. Other people, it's like a rallying cry. And this could be something. And, you mentioned Quinnen Williams. Absolutely. That has definitely helped them a ton, bro.
Yeah.
So I would say a bigger collapse. I know I went off on a tangent, but
agreed.
Just adding context to it.
Yeah. And both answers are right in this situation. And the thing that we're still left wondering is this the same Saquon Barkley? And I think until we get that answer of he's still got it in him, we're left to question, is the offensive line truly the issue? I'm excited to see the way that this NFC playoff wild card shakes up, because the Cowboys, if they can prove that they're a legitimate contender, these are the 2 weeks coming up here that you have to prove it. You get the Chiefs, and then you go to the Lions. Both of them primetime games. Everyone's going to be watching. So we said it at the beginning of the season, like, and it's kind of been like this roller coaster take where it's like Dak Prescott MVP. He did it 1 week. He's got 2 more chances on primetime here. And I guarantee you, if the Cowboys perform well and they win both of those games, his name gets roped back into that conversation. So I'm going to look at his odds now to see if what is it at?
Well, I don't know what his odds are, but 23 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. He's he's scored on the ground too. Yeah, man. Look, we've said it. We thought that the team wasn't going to be as successful in order for him to win MVP. But if they could sneak into the playoffs, look, there's still 3 games back of the Eagles. We also need to put out that the Eagles are still 8-3. I don't think we've ever. I don't want to say ever, but like, tell me not, bro. Some of the coverage of Philly, you would think they're 4-7-1. Like the way we talk, but that's because the expectations are high. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. We understand that. You mentioned Saquon Barkley not being the same. Did I not just say that take last week?
Yeah.
Man, that number, bro, the number is really 350. If a running back gets 350 touches, there's a decline the year after. This guy had almost 500.
Yeah.
We're not just talking carries. We're talking about passes out the backfield. And then, not verbatim kind of what I said. How many of them did he run out of bounds or score a touchdown where he didn't get hit? 40 of the 500 touches? Bro, he's getting smoked every other time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a decline, and we should have seen this coming, and I think that's what you're really seeing. He's had way more under 60-yard rushing games than he's had over 100 yards. And last year, he had only 4 games, I think it was. I don't have the stats in front of me, but, the video was from last week's episode, man, and when we got the clip all over the place. That's the thing, and everyone's like, oh, they got tape on him now, too. It's like, nah, man, there's a video going around of Saquon gets a handoff to the left, and I think Underdog had posted it. There's a fucking hole like that, and he just bounced it outside. It's like, bro, just hit the hole, man.
Yeah.
Something about it. And, if they can't run the ball, it's going to be very concerning. But I will say, look, they are 8-3. They are 8-3, and they're what their record is supposed to be, right? Because they lost a game with Dallas that they shouldn't have lost, but then they won a game they shouldn't have won with the Rams. Mm-hmm. So, like, over time, they kind of balance out. You know
Agreed.
I mean?
And it's still just it'll be a scary team to see in the playoffs. Dak Prescott right now, 101 on DraftKings to win MVP. This just monitor that number over the next 2 weeks. I could almost guarantee you if he wins these 2, that number gets dropped down to 10-1. Like I can almost 100% guarantee that. So if you're a Cowboys fan, now's the time. Also, you were given the amount of carries or touches that Saquon got. I had to quickly look up Jahmyr Gibbs, and he's right on pace. Jahmyr Gibbs is also one to monitor for that 350 touches in a season. He's already at 210 overall, and there's still not even meaningful football really being played for them. So he's going to start getting a lot more action. Is there anything else from the?
Well, yeah, I do, because I want to talk about Gibbs.
Oh, yes, I do.
I want to talk about Gibbs, but I do want to show some love to George Pickens. Do you know how old George Pickens is?
George Pickens is 24?
24, bro.
Yeah.
24 years old. He is a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL right now. Let me fucking deal with this kind of headache if this is what you're doing, bro. Everyone was calling him a headache in Pittsburgh. Look who was throwing to him. That's why this guy was a headache. The constant just shit and fuckery that was happening in Pittsburgh. And I remember when he got traded to the Cowboys, I loved it for him because he's not the number 1 wide receiver.
Right.
He's being treated like the number 2 wide receiver because of CeeDee Lamb over there.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if teams are going to start being like, yo, I think the number 1 might be Pickens. It seems like every week he's making a crazy circus catch.
We did the blind resume about 2 weeks ago, and you given the circumstances, had chosen CeeDee Lamb's yardage over George Pickens' best season, but now he's on pace to like crush what I was even predicting for him.
Yeah.
Averaging 91. Right now I saw this, and for the Thanksgiving games, he's like plus money to get 80 receiving yards. And they're still going to be throwing double coverage on CD. Like the way teams perceive this Cowboys team is slow CD down because he's still more dangerous. We could contain Pickens. We'll see when that shifts. You'll start seeing the coverages float over and CD will start going off again. But yeah, matchup nightmare the Cowboys
Bro,
are.
listen, he got drafted in Pittsburgh in 2022. Kenny Pickett, Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah, I'd be a headache too, bro. I'm doing cardio out here, man. I'm getting one good pass a game.
Yeah.
Now he's playing with Dak. Say what you want about Dak. Regular season, hell of a quarterback. We've always said that. And he's balling out. So I want to show him some love because he is going to get paid this offseason.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna get paid. And if you're Pickens, you don't take less. But I'm saying, do you think of like, or if you're Dallas, you don't have to pay Micah Parsons, right? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do what Cincy did. Just have two $30 million wide receivers, and this is our identity. We're going to air shit out, and we'll figure out the rest.
The thing they got to figure out is a competent backup. And if they can figure that out, like, look at the Giants this year. The Giants have just been steadily, like, they don't, I mean, aside from starting Russ, but even then, that's competency back there. They got to figure out that piece.
I want to get into that game, preferably because of Jahmyr Gibbs.
Let's go.
It's about damn fucking time, man. Have I not been telling you this, George, for maybe 2.5 seasons? Sonic and Knuckles is a cool nickname. That is all it is. When you give Jahmyr Gibbs 20 plus touches, this is the kind of performances you see. Bro, if I knew for a fact David Montgomery gets traded in the offseason and they go, hey, man, we're going to draft some 4th round running back, but we're unleashing Jay Gibbs, I'm betting him to win MVP. He will do 1,000. There's only been 3 running backs to ever do it. Marshall Faulk, Roger Craig, and Christian McCaffrey. He would do that. He would fucking go crazy if they were like, hey, man, you're getting 25 touches a game. This is what I've wanted them to do with Bijan Robinson. Stop with these. You have these alpha running backs in the peak of their powers. This is what it should look like.
Yeah.
Just give it to us one time, bro. One season of like, yo, let's just go crazy, bro. Just go crazy. And you see this, man. You see this. He had 264 yards, 3 of the 4 touchdowns that the Lions scored. He had 11 catches. Like, bro, he is just the eye test. I've been saying this shit. Like, yo, you want to bring in Montgomery inside the 5, inside the 10? I'm cool with that. But when it's 1st and goal after a kick return, I don't want to see number 5, bro. No disrespect to him. I fuck with Montgomery. He's cool. The nickname is cool. But you already got a liability at quarterback. I don't like Jared Goff at all. I think the fact that game went into overtime, I think a lot of that had to do with him. Also, Winston balling. Shout out to Jameis Winston. But, man, just fucking unleash Jahmyr Gibbs. This is what it would look like. That was my biggest takeaway from this game. I've been asking for this for fucking 2 years now.
Yeah. And, I mean, he creates it himself. And he's the type of guy, similar to Bijan. It's elite track speed, and when you see it on a football field, nothing excites me more than when a running back breaks through the second level and you have a safety who takes the angle all the way to the pylon and they're like at like the 50-yard line, because they know, bro, they know immediately that there is no way in hell, mind you, the safeties are elite athletes, there's no way in hell they're catching them. It's one of the coolest things to watch. And yeah, they get to see it often. And this is what happens to Nick when you keep on pressing the run game. And he was able to get 219 yards and 15 carries. It's going to get tougher. It's going to get a lot tougher. But just trust the process, because the really great running backs will go 26, 30 carries, and all of them will get stopped for 5-yard rushes. All it takes is just the one, and he has enough speed if they load the box to obviously win a foot race. I love where the Lions are headed in that direction. I also just wanted to, from this game, highlight how amazing Jameis Winston is. Nick, I want to petition for this. I would like the NFL to open up one Hall of Fame spot a year for the fans to vote on, because I can guarantee you that Jameis Winston would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Hell, Jameis Winston could be the name of this fan's pick. It could be called the Winston pick of the year, but us as fans, we deserve this. We spend a lot of money to watch you on all these platforms. We spend a lot of money gambling on the sites that you promote for us to gamble on. We're just asking for one Hall of Fame spot a year. And this needs to be Jameis Winston's spot name. And I will go to the end of the earth to make sure that this happens. I think it's a great idea.
I'll give you an even better idea.
Okay, let's add it on to this.
2026, Jameis Winston. He is a free agent every week. Your your quarterback goes down, you put in a waiver claim.
I like
in
this.
Fantasy.
I like this.
Bro, there is no way he's not one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the league. And then factor in the Jameis Winston experience, which I've gotten on back-to-back games, and I am so grateful for it. Make it competitive, make it exciting, and then lose. Yeah,
he's so good at that.
That is the JMO experience. The NFL should be like, yo, listen, next year, Jameis Winston, we're gonna give you $10 million. You're not gonna be on no team. Week 2, Justin Herbert pulls a hamstring. You're going to LA. You're playing with the Chargers that week. Week 3, Mahomes gets a concussion. God forbid, we don't wish injury on anyone. We're just being playful. You're the Chiefs quarterback. Fuck, bro. Every week. Week 4, everyone's available. You're not playing. Week 5, fucking Joe Burrow slapped someone. He got suspended. You're the quarterback for the Bengals. That's what it should be for Winston next year. Just every week, you have the ability to bid, put in a waiver claim. You lost your quarterback for a week or 2, bang, you could pick up Winston. That would, because he is so exciting. Talk about a fucking roller. We were talking about roller coasters before. He's the ultimate roller coaster.
Yeah.
I like both of our ideas. He's
like a thrill roller coaster, not one of those old wooden ones. Like this is like one of those new ones that has science built into it with the G's, and it fucking corkscrews you. The best type of roller coaster. That's Jameis Winston.
Yeah, man. It was a classic Jameis Winston game. I want to give a shout out to my football team, man, the New York Giants. I know we're down bad this year. We've lost a lot of games by 1 score.
Not the worst spot to be in.
We've lost a lot of games where that graphic is going around. And Flamingo, if you could find that graphic right now, would be a perfect time to display it, where they're up 17, they're up 10, they're up 7 with 30 seconds left, and they've lost all these games. You know what's going to happen next year? Regression to the mean, baby. We're going to be fine. I think they signed a big-name wide receiver in the offseason. I'm talking like
George Pickens.
Yo, Pickens would be nice. I'm thinking they get Brian Thomas Jr. out of Jacksonville. Can I float another one out there? And we can segue into this game.
I do have one thing to finish.
Okay, finish.
Jameson Williams, 0 catches, 3 targets. Lions, figure it the fuck out.
Bro, look what I have here. Look what I have here.
Oh my God! He literally has James. Bro,
this was gonna be a topic, and I didn't type anything. This is gonna be. They gave him $67 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Got to do something, man.
Get him the fucking ball. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, and listen,
that's crazy work.
Sam Laporta is out for the year. You got to get this guy involved because Laporta was a big threat for them inside the red zone. Yeah, you got to do something with Jameson Williams, and also he's one of us. He got suspended for gambling once before, so we need this. We need him to get going.
Reinstate him.
Yeah. Where was I going to go? Oh, okay. Hear me out. What's happening in Minnesota right now is a fireable offense for Kevin O'Connell. And I'll tell you why. I have a gut feeling he is the next football coach for the New York Giants. And I think the wide receiver that ends up on the New York Giants is Justin Jefferson.
Wow.
I think JJ McCarthy has been so fucking bad. Not only has he tanked their season, not only has he tanked any value that Addison, Hawkinson, and Jefferson had in fantasy purposes, or even that offense was so fun to watch. We were talking about in the offseason, bro, how can you not be successful with this offense?
Mm-hmm.
He's also going to get one of them killed with some of the fucking hospital passes that he be sending them. I think the decision to go from Darnold to JJ McCarthy has lost him the locker room. This is just speculation and a gut feeling. You're a big body language guy. I had it on the 4-box. I had that Vikings-Packers game. A lot of just O'Connell like this, just looking man, I might have fucked up.
Yep.
Hey, man, don't worry. Come to New York. Bring number 18 with us. Jefferson will extend you because we got a 4-year grace period. I really think, remember I told you a couple weeks ago, Shanahan, obviously we know McDaniel, LaFleur, names to watch where I think, Harbaugh, even if it goes bad with Baltimore, mind you, they've been on a 5-game winning streak now. But bro, I just have a gut feeling. I think the time has come to an end because of that decision with JJ McCarthy.
Crazy stat. JJ McCarthy would have had a higher passer rating yesterday if he would have just spiked the ball on every play. If he was to spike the ball on every play, he would have ended with a passer rating of 39.6%. Today, or McCarthy on Sunday, had a passer rating of 34.2%. Crazy stat. Absolutely absurd, and you're 100% correct. Kevin O'Connell is he made a statement about how organizations fail young quarterbacks long before young quarterbacks fail themselves or whatever. And I think this is a situation in which they got hoodwinked, bro. JJ McCarthy coming out of college was the player. That year with Michigan was insanely special. But let's not act like it wasn't all Blake Corum, who he's having a decent NFL career. Corum is. But that's what made Michigan really good. They were a run-first team. And now you go to a team where it's the complete opposite, and it's an organizational misstep on the highest level. I thought the Vikings, without a doubt, would be able to cover that 6.5. It wasn't like the Packers were playing lights out. They're getting great production from Emmanuel Wilson. If Jacobs gets to come back this week, which it's looking promising, then they at least know that they have a 2-back system that they can operate into the playoffs. Crazy stat from Wilson. He had 100 of his 107 yards after contact, which goes to prove my point that it wasn't the greatest game for the Packers. This dude literally had 7 yards of rushing where he wasn't experiencing contact. That's the way I interpreted that stat. Badass stat. But at the same time, look at Jahmyr Gibbs's couple of touchdowns versus the Giants. He had 65 yards untouched.
Yeah.
But that's what I had from this Packers-Vikings game. The Vikings, it's officially over. And that Lions victory, it makes even more no sense now, looking back and seeing how bad he played.
Hey, listen, we do this at the end of every season, the what the fuck outcomes. That's going to be up there. That's going to be up there. Raiders beating the Patriots week 1. That's minus 200 to be the leading candidate.
Yep.
Because boy, does that fucking team suck. We'll get to them in a little bit. By the way, since he introduced his alter ego of 9, he now has 10 interceptions. That's JJ McCarthy. He said he calls himself 9 because of his number, and that's his alter ego. Listen, bro, we talk about this all the time, too. That's why, you know what you haven't heard this year, bro? You haven't heard a peep about the fingernails with Caleb, 8-3, first in the division.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming? The boy picked them to win the NFC North. Now, have they been fucking pulling games out of the deep ends of their backside? Yeah, they have. Fucking reaching all the way back there to win some of these games. Sure, but they're 8-3. Same draft class. But it goes to what we always talk about. Hey, man, you want to have a nickname? You want to have a podcast? You want to be seen outside with just mad girls all the time and hoeing it up? You want to be outside? You want to be drinking in the clubs? Whatever you want to do. If you're winning, no one cares. If you're giving yourself nicknames and all that shit and you're not winning, you have to deal with it, bro. And it gets bad. Not one peep about the fingernails in Chicago. Let them win the division and host a playoff game. Guarantee you'll see fans in the crowd with their fingernails painted. 100%. I'll put any money on board, bro. I'll put any money on board that shit happens. Why? Because he's winning, though.
It's true.
Yo, when you're talented and you're winning and you're giving W's, let him paint his fingernails. Who cares? I told you, we had that incident in the comments a couple weeks ago. We were talking about Jackson Dart. The one comment was like, don't forget, this kid is MAGA. And I was like, you got me 12-5 in the NFC East next year. You can have a Donald Trump tattoo right here on your neck that says MAGA. I don't give a fuck. You win. We'll figure all that other shit out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man.
I don't mind calling the shot. It was just a bad time to call the shot. And it's something that Shedeur did this weekend a couple of times. He's really cementing that he's the guy. And so I think every rookie quarterback needs to have that to make you believe in them. Jackson Dart did it flawlessly. We have no questions about whether or not he actually has the sauce. With JJ McCarthy, I mean, to have one decent performance and to just evolve into this character, like it felt fake. We all knew it felt fake, and we have to start calling out fakeness when we see it. That was fake. With Shedeur, I don't think it was fake. Like, I believe it. When he says it, there's a certain level of confidence behind it. JJ McCarthy does not make me feel that way. He still looks like he's in high school, if I'm being honest. Like, this new crop of quarterbacks that are like the babyface assassins that are all playing 7-on-7 every summer, not a fan.
Yo, bro, can I also tell you another thing? He has played 6 games this year. He's had 2 good quarters. I tweeted it. You take away the conversation around JJ McCarthy right now is really bad. Take away that fourth quarter, Monday Night Football, week 1. It's even worse.
Yeah.
And like you talk about the Detroit game, right? 143 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and an interception. 14 of 25. Like, all right, he scored 1 that game. You know, he's running. He has 2 touchdowns on the ground, but it's bad, bro. It's bad. You know what? Let's talk about Shedeur, because we've hinted at the Raiders once. You mentioned Shedeur. Let's talk about Shedeur. What did you think of that game, man? I actually went to it.
Were you a part of the box crew?
Yeah, I was over there.
I think Allegiant has the best boxes in any stadium. Like the way that the camera was able to be on Dion in the box, the way he was like moving around, I was like, damn, this shit looks luxurious. And it is. I'm excited to see your I honestly want to hear your take on it more than I even care to talk about it.
Yo, so really funny story, right? I've been to 2 sporting events with Cameron. Shouts to Killer Cam. And we went to NBA Cup last year. Sat courtside, right next to Floyd Mayweather. And then I go to the Browns game yesterday, and they're rolling out the fucking the platinum carpet, bro. Through like the player section, family section, like walk through, get to the suite. I just turned to him and I go, bro, I don't know if I should be happy or fucking pissed off at you. And he's like, for what? I was like, I'm never going to be able to go to a sporting event again, bro. Like, I can't go with my friends and sit in the 400s now to watch a Knicks game. I was like, you fuck. I was like, you spoiled me, bro. I was like, I appreciate it. He started laughing. But it was crazy, man. It was crazy. And then to see him, like, I was recording that video with him and Deion, that interaction, that was super cool. And just to think, like, bro, Deion Sanders. And it was ill because he came out of the suite just to see Cam, and mad people came to, like, take pictures. Coach Prime. And at one point, he just turns and he goes, yo, I'm here for him. And he points to Cam and, like, ignored everyone else. And, like, bro, it was really dope. It was really dope. So shout outs to Deion Sanders. Shout outs to Killer Cam also for that. This game, first of all, the amount of number 12s. Dude, if there was the crowd seemed split, like it was a good amount of Browns fans, but it hasn't been like with the Cowboys where it's a Cowboys game or when the Niners, like it was a good amount of people. The amount of number 12s, bro. Holy fuck. We were getting in elevators, and if 8 people came in, 6 of them had a 12 jersey on. And we took like 7 different elevators to get to, throughout the day. Yeah. And at one point, I just told Cam, I was like, hey, bro. He calls him nephew. I go, yo, if Neff could play, he could be a superstar. Because he already has like the aura to him.
Yep.
We talk about the confidence. Like, I'm cool with that, but you got to win. You gotta win. All the quotes after, like, I'm what the city's been looking for. You keep winning, play out the year, you keep winning. Yeah, that's just gonna age well. That's gonna age well. I think good first debut against a team that's also pretty shitty. Right. We gotta be honest, it was the Raiders.
Right.
But you know what? That's a real NFL team. Say what you want. That is a legitimate NFL team. They have one of the best pass rushers in the league. His numbers should have been way better if Bond on that first deep pass doesn't get tackled by accident, and then Jerry Jeudy thinking he was playing pickup basketball, trying to do a crossover. And the most telling thing, you're a big body language guy. When he made that one pass, you saw Myles Garrett and all the guys on defense on the sideline like,
They got fired up.
They got fired up, bro. They got fired up. Yeah. So, look, it was the interception he threw was catastrophic. It was like,
can't be doing this.
When he threw that pick, I just went, oh my. Like, bro, the guy there was 4 people on him.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
he dropped
it's live. It's first stringers. Like, all right, he's gonna fuck up. He's gonna make a mistake. But you know what I did like? He was aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw downfield. I'm gonna move the pocket. He's not like the greatest athlete, but you would think being Deion's kid.
He feels way more comfortable on the run than in the pocket. And that's what they have to start, identifying the offense. I do think that Shedeur's success will be the end of Stefanski. Like, if Shedeur goes on a winning streak here to end off the year, like, no matter how good it may seem in Cleveland at the time, they'll move on from him. Because it'll be like, bro, you're waiting this long to show us this? Like, you guys see him every day at practice. This is your talent evaluation. This is the guy. And I think it's more so just the spark. Like, he really provided a visible spark for the Browns. The Raiders are the worst team in the NFL. There's no question about that. Like, I would rather watch the Jets and the Titans. I think those other 2 teams are way more competitive than what the Raiders are. They fired Chip Kelly. Shocker. Pete Carroll, you're next. Like, this is going to be a massive overhaul in the offseason, because I don't think that the message is resonating with anybody on the team.
Are they the worst team in the league?
Yes. They are.
I don't care about records.
No, they are the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
The fact that they took the Jaguars to the brink and I got to watch it with my own 2 eyes was really just because Brock Bowers had been out they weren't necessarily game planning on how to stop Brock Bowers. And Brock Bowers did what Brock Bowers did all of last season, and he took them to the brink. But now that once that happened it should have been obvious to everybody. They figured it out. All right. They're going to get the ball to 89. That's their only hope of winning.
He had a legacy game. Like, he legitimate had a legacy game.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they're the worst team in the NFL.
Because also, like, we spoke about this a couple weeks ago, how they got nothing for them moving forward besides Brock Bowers. Like,
Yeah.
offensive line, he got sacked 10 times, right? Usually I would give a pass to a quarterback, but Geno Smith, first play of the game. I don't know if it was Trey Tucker, but someone was wide open. Misses him. Immediately the boos came in. Like, people are fed up, bro.
Yeah, he's flipping off the crowd when he leaves.
And they're just
He's done that multiple times.
Yeah, and they're just in the worst situation because you don't have a franchise quarterback on the roster. You don't have a young guy that you can build with moving forward. Your coach is 75 or 76. Max Crosby, like, he chose the bag and trying for legacy more than anything. But, 3 years ago, you could have gotten 2 ones for him. Now you're going to get a third maybe. You got to just completely blow it up. And they just don't have anything moving forward that you could be excited about, except for Allegiant Stadium is fucking dope.
It is.
Super dope.
It is. And
It might be my favorite stadium I've ever been to. I've been to a good amount where, like, I feel comfortable enough to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to about 15 NFL stadiums. It's easily my favorite, bro. It just looks like spotless too. Like,
yeah,
everything just looks.
They do a good job. I still need to go out and see more. I love Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Like, the Falcons, I mean, that thing is like, it's twice the size of Allegiant, in my opinion. I don't know the square footage. That's a runner-up. But yeah, if your stadium is the best thing going for you, I mean, yeah, you said it. Pete Carroll, 74 years old. What do we, and I know this isn't a political show, what do we say about old presidents? That's like, we're like, oh, we want the young new thing. You know what I mean? Like, we want somebody who's mentally competent and coherent. Not saying that Pete Carroll isn't that, but what I'm saying is football has fucking passed him up. All right, this isn't 2005 with Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart. This isn't your Legion of Boom days in Seattle. It's over. Bro. You should have hung it up, and you didn't, and this is now going to be the stain on your legacy. Because he's not a bad coach when you look at it overall, but, like, this ending is fucking bad.
Yeah. Yo, it's funny that you mentioned that with the age, right? Because when Joe Biden was president, I was hanging out at one of my friend's house, and his grandfather, like, FaceTimed him from Italy, and he was the same age as Joe Biden at that point. I just turned to him and I go, it's the president's age, bro. Like, it's just a crazy thing to think about, right? Like, to your point, Pete Carroll, Sean McVay, like Kyle Shanahan. Like,
Sean McVay is like 2 years older than Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, like, I need young, bro. Listen, ageist, is that a thing? I need. Can we get a politician that's like in their 50s? That's what we want. Can I get my head coach in his 50s? Early 40s, mid 40s. Like, that's what I want. That's all.
It's so bad for the Raiders.
Yeah.
The positive side about the offensive line being so bad, there's going to be a guard available here in a couple of months, and it would be nice if he stayed in Vegas.
Let's go, bro.
That would be clutch.
That'd be fucking dope. Let's get it, man.
That would be clutch. I mean, I'm excited to see the rest of this Shedeur experience. The one sports betting thing, the Browns punting on 4th and 2 from their own 29-yard line.
The game didn't go over.
The game doesn't go over on what I would imagine is the most heavily wagered over of the weekend. It was set at 38.
Yeah.
So every casual was like, oh, of course this is going over. Topped out with Shedeur's first game. I guarantee you the books would have lost a lot of money had that game gone over. Yeah. The calls come in a little quicker when you're in the same city. I'll leave it at that. Interesting.
Hey. You don't even need a call. You just
punt.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was
nuts.
Crazy. As we were going to the game, big church, he was like, yo, you bet on this game? I go, nah. He goes, shit, I couldn't believe Cleveland was getting 4 points. I was like, yeah, bro. He's like, man, the Raiders are fucking awful. And I was like, sometimes it's just that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just that.
Very true.
All right, cool. I know we've been bouncing around a lot. I want to go back to the early window real quick.
Let's do it.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Very interesting Lamar Jackson that we're seeing.
I think he's still hurt. They don't look right. They're getting it done. I think this week's going to be very telling. They play on Thanksgiving. Are you worried about Lamar?
That was my number one question is, can this version of Lamar Jackson win a playoff game? And in short, fuck no. Lamar Jackson's number one asset is getting loose on the outside. When I see Lamar Jackson, and I understand the Jets defensive-minded coach, they're trying to develop an identity. They've been playing relatively better. You can't go 7 rushes for 11 yards against the Jets. I'm sorry. Like, this is not the version of you that I'm used to seeing and that I'm confident in seeing. And in past years, whenever we see Lamar get to the playoffs, they're always, the question enters the chat. Can he get the job done airing it out? And instead, we've seen the same version year in and year out, that he struggles when he's forced to be a pocket passer. And this Ravens team, it's just not built that way, especially when Derrick Henry isn't getting going, which the Jets were able to bottle him up. Although the Ravens have done what was set out for them, I think week 7, they were 1-6, and they were still favorites to win their division. Now they take claim of that title. And this week, like you said, very big week, very important. Joe Burrow comes back to play against them. You get Jamar Chase coming back off of one of the quietest, wild moments that we've seen from a superstar in a while. That whole spitting thing got pushed under the rug very quickly. Nobody fucking mentioned that. And that was top story of the weekend when they were playing the Steelers, and he did that to Jalen Ramsey. They brushed it under the rug. Good job on the Bengals PR team. If they're investing anything in their shitty organization, good PR. Because we didn't hear peep. Now you get him coming back with Joey B, and I guarantee you that 7-point spread right there, that's my Ursulita for this week. I'll tell you that right now. How do you feel about the Ravens?
It's my trust me for this week.
Oh, I love it.
Come on now.
I love it.
Nah, I don't have much to add to that. Look, every week he's on the injury report. He's having a toe issue. There's clearly something wrong with him. I think that's going to be concerning, but it's better than what they had without him. So that's really what it comes down to for me. They beat up on the Jets. It is what it is. Would have liked if they would have, actually like really beat up on the Jets in a blowout. Jets actually covered the spread in that game, but 23-10 win. That was pretty much it, man. Tyrod Taylor came in there, balanced attack, but
yeah,
like unwatchable game. And like when you watch Lamar, it was kind of that reason too.
It's a boring, it's a super fucking watered down version of him. I agree with you. I'm good on that game. Do you want to go to the Bears-Steelers game next?
Nah, not really. I mean, we kind of touched on Caleb and them. They're 8-3. I don't want to talk about that. I want to mention 2 more things, and then we got to get into our picks.
Yep.
The Jacksonville Jaguars win 27-24 in overtime over the Arizona Cardinals. They were the toxic one of the week if you bet it at 3.5. The line closed at plus 2.5. So you would have got middle there if that was the case. My one takeaway, Trevor Lawrence throws an interception and the camera pans to Liam Cohen and he's just like, like the look of disgust in his face. He's not the quarterback there next year, bro. I said that a couple weeks ago too. It's becoming more and more apparent.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have Brian? We just put the clip up from a couple of episodes ago about Brian Thomas.
Saved it for the moment.
Yeah, no, and a hell of a call by you. Brian Thomas Jr. gets 1,200 yards with Mac Jones, and then with Trevor Lawrence, who's supposed to be the franchise quarterback, $55 million quarterback, can't do dick.
Yeah.
Can't do dick. Nothing. And that was my big takeaway when we were watching that game in the suite. Just every time that they panned to it, it was just like, so many turnovers, bro. You can't be making those turnovers. It's just bad, dude. And you talk about a Cardinals defense has been getting lit up.
Yeah.
The fucking Christmas tree.
Yeah. But competitive, very, very competitive team. The Cardinals now have lost 6 one-score games this year.
Something to monitor for next year.
Something to monitor.
Yeah.
I really do like this team. I hope that Gannon doesn't get fired. The rumor, his name hasn't necessarily entered that chat just because of the whole Kyler Murray situation. So he's being saved by the starting quarterback being injured trope. But Jacoby Brissett's letting it loose. Ever since the DeMarcado fumble on the 1-inch line, he is like anti-running the ball. And rightfully so. His running back room has been trampled with injuries, but I kind of fuck with the offense that airs it out over 45 times a game. Like, it's fun to watch. Jacoby Brissett. Entertaining. Not going to win you games. Not Jameis Winston. He's like if Jameis Winston wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on this game. We called it.
Yeah.
Frauds.
All right, one more game to discuss. Colts and Chiefs.
Yep.
Man, the offense for the Colts went fucking ice cold at the wrong time. Chiefs saved their season. That's just a veteran team that had their back up against the ropes and decided that we couldn't go 5-6, especially with how the AFC looks. And they score on 3 of the last 4 drives. There's Kansas City, and then they score in overtime with a game-winning field goal. Rashid Rice, 2 big catches on the game-tying drive. He's all the way back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, guys coming off of ACL, sometimes you got to give them a little bit more time, but I think he's back. I think Jonathan Taylor has completely tanked his MVP case. Do you have anything else to say? Because I want to make a claim for something else too.
No, I thought this game played out exactly the way I thought it would. Even as like convincing the Colts were early on in this game, I knew that there was no way in hell, whether it be penalties or just the aura of the Chiefs, that this game wouldn't come down to a field goal. And no matter what the score was in the fourth quarter, I was still able to calculate it in my mind. And be afraid. This was the game that they needed to get right.
Yeah.
The luck is switched. They finally won a 1-score game. But other than that, everything you said, I was going to say.
Yeah. Not only do I think I should say Taylor's MVP case has been tanked, might be time to have a conversation about Offensive Player of the Year. Might not be him, bro.
JSN?
Might be Jackson Smith. Truthfully, if I had a vote, I'd pick JSN. Already has broken the Seahawks franchise record for most receiving yards in a single season. He's played 11 games. Jackson Smith right now is plus 125 to win Offensive Player of the Year. Taylor is minus 150. If you're looking at it on a week-to-week basis, I'd argue there hasn't been a better player in the NFL than Jackson Smith and Jigba. Week after week, he has delivered. And 167 yards. The rest of the team had 77. That's the passing yards. It's literally a one-trick pony offense. That fucking pony's a stallion, bro. That shit is a Mustang, 1973 Mustang. That shit is a beast. He's on pace to break the single season receiving yards record and get 2K. He's on pace. And I think the way it's going, think about how many games they haven't even had to pass because of him.
Yeah.
And because of the defense. I just think we should have the conversation. That's all.
No, it's time.
Putting it out there.
No, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time. I mean, you did what you got to do against the Titans. Like, that was the team that you should have gone out there and embarrassed in your get-right game. Jonathan Taylor, big moment, or even when, JSN versus the Rams, like a big-time competition. Obviously, things stiffen up and you get a lot of game plans drawn up to stop you. But I don't see as to a reason as to why his name isn't appealing to back right now. The futures market is always determined really here in the last 5 to 6 weeks. The big headlines, and if Jonathan Taylor is able to put together a couple more 3-touchdown performances, I don't see a way in which he doesn't win it. But he needs still 2 more really monstrous games, in my opinion.
He's had 800-yard games, JSN. And you're talking about like 167, 132, 162, 129. It's not like he's getting 101.
Yeah.
He's going out of control, and he's getting 10, 12, 14, 13, 9, 10, 13 targets. Hey, he's really balling out, man. He's a hell of a fucking football player. Last but not fucking least, do you know who at this very moment is minus 250 to be the NFL MVP?
Matthew Stafford, the man I bet against this weekend. And I regret
listen,
it.
I did too.
I regret it.
I did too. I took the +7. Baker got hurt, but they still had the cover even before that. I want to take a victory lap, but we still got 6 weeks to go. But I feel really good about it. And also just Devontae Adams, Puka, that offense is just so deadly. They can match up against anyone. They could beat you in so many different ways. I've been saying since week 3 or week 4 when they lost to the Eagles that they were still the best team in the league. And finally, people have caught on. Not only the networks, not only other talk shows, the sports books have. Right now, they're +400 to win the Super Bowl. Talked about them at 20-1, 45-1 for Stafford to be the MVP at the start of the season. I'm feeling really good about it, bro. Have you come around on the Rams too? No, you've been around.
Yeah, I've been around.
Yeah.
It sucked watching it yesterday. No, like it was the thing that we always talk about. Are you going to feel stupid holding this ticket watching the game? And as soon as I saw the first fade ball to Devontae Adams, I'm like, oh, bro, they got it like this. And I know it's been this way every single week, but the week that you're betting against the fade ball of Devontae Adams to work, like, you're hoping you get at least some sort of contest. He catches fade balls on the goal line uncontested, Nick. Like it is an unstoppable offensive play. And even when they tried to guard him outside shoulder, he was still finding a way to get open. Like it is a scary team. So yeah, Buccaneers, they're still going to be competitive. Tez Johnson, giving me a remnants of, is this Tyreek 2.0? Like this is the same build, freak athleticism, the speed is unreal. He's a person to watch next year who could shock some people, especially if he's earned like the targets that he's getting. But imagine if it was actually scripted up for him to be the guy. I think he could be unreal. That's all I have for that Rams game.
Alrighty, man. Let's get into the picks.
Thanksgiving Day picks.
All right. So again, we're doing our regular slated picks for the Thanksgiving and the Black Friday game this week. And we're doing an anytime touchdown parlay. Not going to spend too much time on this. I did go 1-3-1 last week. Trust me, Bengals +7. That is the play for me. I think them getting Joe Burrow back. Look, these teams always play tough. And I think them getting Joe Burrow back is going to fire up the team. Kyle Hamilton might be out, some to monitor. I'll like that even more. I just think it's something where when he plays, it's just a boost. Yeah. Even though the offense hasn't been the issue. I just think them having their guy back. Look, do I agree with him coming back? Not really. I'm not the biggest proponent of it. Your season's kind of, you need a lot of shit to go your way. You need to win out and scoreboard watch. You don't want to do that. But he probably misses his guys and he's eligible. Why not come back? I like the Bengals +7 as my trust me. You said that was your Ursulita.
That's my Ursulita. Bengals +7. I like I said, that game will come down to a field goal no matter what. And they're playing to stop the streak. And in the AFC North, a very, very competitive division, that means something. So we always think in our heads that these teams will just give up. But at the end of the day, like, the winning is still the ultimate goal. I love the Ursulita pick with the Bengals +7. You had given your trust me as the Bengals +7, so I'll give you my trust me. We had mentioned him earlier in the show. 0 receptions this past week. Jamison Williams, legacy game inbound. Give me a parlay, 60+ receiving yards, 4 receptions, anytime touchdown, 4-1. Jamison Williams is going to go crazy. I like this one a lot. And 60 yards is just, the tip of the iceberg. You can take that up and get some really, really juicy numbers, but I'm going to parlay those 3. I do think he's going to get at least 4 targets, and the 60 yards and a touchdown, I think will be a nice little cherry on top with that. What's your next one?
Okay. I'm going to give you a prop.
Okay.
Jamar Chase to have 150 yards is +600. No T. Higgins. Last year he had 193 and 2 touchdowns. And then in the other game he had 3 touchdowns for 264. Joe Burrow's going to come back there and be like, yo, listen, bro, we got a lot of catching up to do. I'm going to drop back 49 times. Here's 46 targets. Give me Jamar Chase +600 to record 150 yards or more. That is my Becky, baby.
Wow.
Yeah. Listen, my my Becky, it's holding on. It's holding on, but we hit this one. The graphic is not going to be a record anymore. It's going to be units.
Oh my God.
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. I get it. You gave me your Becky. I'll give you my Becky. Absolutely no way that the Chiefs, who in a must-win ball game, don't cover. This is an indoor game, and the offense at the end of that Colts game was looking like an unreal offensive attack. I think they follow it up with a crazy performance. Cowboys secondary is not the bright side of their defense. We saw what A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith were able to do last week. So give me the Chiefs -3.5 here for my Becky.
Okay. Staying in that game for me, in this economy, the over 51.5. I like that one. It's been bet down.
I was struggling because I was like, is Spags going to blitz the Cowboys, or is he going to take away as much of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens as you can with zone coverage and, only rushing 4? I was like conflicted. I really don't know what the game plan is going to be for this. But what I do know is that the Chiefs have been able to shut down key receivers. I have another bet for that game. It's my in this economy. Javonte Williams to have 40+ receiving yards is 10-1. I can see a world in which Spags does turn up the pressure, go one-on-one on the outside, and then you're going to be seeing a lot of checkdowns to Javonte Williams. And if the Chiefs have a big lead, like that's your escape valve. Javonte Williams, 40+ receiving yards in this economy.
I'm going to go with Eagles -7 as my toxic one. Yeah.
We're on the same toxic one back-to-back weeks. How is it not?
Yeah.
How is it not? Like, the Bears are the luckiest team in the NFL.
Yeah. And also, like, you're looking at 75% of the tickets are coming in on the -7. It opened up at 6. It's at -7. Shit, I think you could wait on this. It'll probably get 7.5.
Agreed.
But to your point, like, maybe Philly's up 14 in the fourth quarter, and then, a field goal and a touchdown, or a backdoor cover with a touchdown. Caleb is feisty, bro. They stay in games with him.
Mm-hmm.
It might look ugly, and then he locks in. But I've been a fan of his all year, and especially with Ben Johnson. I like this. So my toxic one is the Eagles -7. Shit, I would wait. I think you could get 7.5 by Friday.
Yeah. I just don't bet this one.
Yeah.
I pick props, if anything.
Yeah. Can I give you my Ursulita also?
Yeah,
And
I
full,
gave you all mine. So.
Yeah, full disclosure, it's not the biggest like Ursulita, but it's more so Ursulita because I don't trust them. But I gotta take the Packers +2.5 because I also don't trust Detroit.
No, that is an Ursulita in my eyes.
Yeah, and to me, if both teams are equal, this line is telling me you're getting. I don't think that they're equal, is what I'm saying. I think the Packers are better, but also, like, I don't trust them. So for me, it's ugly. There's no way I could take the Lions. I think this is where you see no Laporta. I think they hone in and try to shut down Gibbs.
Right.
Make Jared Goff beat you.
Yeah.
And good luck.
Yeah, hopefully JMO goes crazy. You want to recap all your picks one more time for the
Yeah,
team?
let's do it. Let's do it for the graphic as well. Ursulita, Packers +2.5. Becky, Jamar Chase, 150 yards or more, +600. In this economy, the over 51.5 for the Dallas and Chiefs game. Toxic one is the Eagles -7. Trust me is the Bengals +7.
Ursulita for me is Bengals +7. In this economy, Javonte Williams, 40+ receiving yards. My trust me is a parlay. Jameson Williams legacy game, 60+ receiving yards, 4 receptions, plus an anytime touchdown. Toxic one, Eagles -7. And the Becky best bet, Chiefs -3.5. I do have one thing that I wanted just to add to the end of the NFL Week 12 fallout. Because we didn't talk about the Patriots game, but my anytime touchdown parlay this week was royally fucked. Quishon Judkins, 2 touchdowns for the Browns. Called it. The Patriots had the ball on the 1 yard line 6 times. Ramondre Stevenson, 6 carries for 5 yards.
Damn. I know your pain, bro.
Wow. Just wow.
You got
Oh my God.
You got the Algier treatment.
Oh, that's crazy work,
Tyler
bro.
Algier.
Oh, they had 6 plays from the 1, and Travion Henderson didn't get a look. All right, that was it. That's all I had for Week 12.
All right, I got a 2 touchdown parlay for you.
For this week.
For Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving. Everybody is hyping up George Pickens, right? CeeDee Lamb to score 2 touchdowns and Jamar Chase to score 2 touchdowns. 75-1. Woo! Black Friday shopping is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna buy more sneakers, bro. I'm buying more sneakers as I got my Grinch Kobe's on. You know what I'm saying? I got these with Matthew Stafford of the Rams won the Super Bowl 15-1. Last time I bet on the Rams, they won the Super Bowl. I bet on the Rams this year. Hey, I'm just saying 9-2, top of the food chain, 75-1 odds. That's it. That's all I'm going.
I'm keeping it the same. I'm going 2 touchdowns as well. Let's just do a 2 touchdown parlay. I'm going to go with Jameson Williams to score 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley to score 2 touchdowns. 89-1.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Imagine we combine all 4.
We will do that.
Yeah.
$5 to win
A house.
and cheese. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Pretty close. All right.
Man. Alrighty. Listen, the You're Welcome Network. Rate, review, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Tell a friend. Follow us on all social media outlets at Veterans Minimum. George, where can they find you?
At Mr. George Carmona is where you can find me, and we will catch you guys on Thanksgiving. Peace.
I'm a gold medalist, bronze like your medal is. So many deer in headlights, but it's bedtime. Hear that supper bell, main course, be the venison.
Dab. Most dangerous game. Either kill or be killed.